Hey Rose, is back to junk.
Hello.
We went to go see Detective Pikachu, so we wanted to give our thoughts on it. First things first, if you are a fan of Pokemon, go watch the movie.
Absolutely.
I loved it. I was kind of not sure about it at first, because I was like, oh, a realistic Pokemon movie, how's that going to work?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, this actually worked really well.
Especially because around the same time you started seeing ads for that, you started seeing ads for the Sonic movie, which looks like a hot pile of steaming garbage.
Yeah, the the animator that did the Sonic is redoing it because so many people gave him crap for it.
Well, I hate that he waited until so close to the end of its work time.
Yeah.
Like so close to the end of the production to redo that. But hopefully he'll actually do justice to the character, because if not, there's going to be a lot of people upset. Anyway,
myself included.
That's not what we're here to talk about. We went on a tangent anyway.
Yeah, we went on a tangent. But I gotta say, Ryan Reynolds does an outstanding job as Pikachu.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit skeptical, but John was telling me how good he was in Deadpool. I have not seen Deadpool. This makes me want to see Deadpool after seeing his acting style.
Well, when you're up for July, I might rent it on the Amazon Video thing and watch both it and the second one, because I haven't seen that one yet.
Or we can check on Netflix and see if the first one's on there.
I've looked; it's not on there, because it's from the older cycle of Marvel movies, and they cycle through.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm having to wait until I can pay for the Amazon download for the Marvel Civil War movie, so I can actually watch that, because I didn't get to see that yet.
But I was not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed about the main lead, because I thought, oh, it might be like Ash and Ash discovers that Pikachu can actually talk kind of thing. I wasn't expecting it to be like that.
I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. That way they have a whole separate thing, because this is almost like, a separate universe kind of deal.
Yeah, true.
But it just the whole, as a whole, it was a good movie. The writing was a little bit.
It felt a little rushed.
Well, at the beginning it felt rushed, and then they started fleshing it out more. And then the animation was fantastic. The lighting was really, really good. The way that the animators made the light splay off of the individual furs of
Charizard was spooky as fuck.
Yeah.
Pardon my language there, but I felt it was needed for that.
Yeah.
He was really creepy. I was like, what the heck, man?
Yeah. He was. I still didn't like those of you who've seen the trailers. You will know that Lickitung was in there too.
Lickitung was just gross.
He had those creepy little beady eyes, and yes, I know they were trying to stay true to the form of his actual his drawing, but
it's like the freaking Ditto.
Yeah, the Ditto was which, by the way, just in case we slip up and say things, just, obviously it's spoiler warnings.
Spoiler warnings, and also potential language warnings.
Yes.
Because I just slipped. I don't normally slip, but
yeah, well, what we'll do is, I mean, y'all will have already seen this, but when she puts it up in the actual video title, she'll put a spoiler and then
language.
Spoiler and language warning, and then the title of the video, just to make sure people see that first.
Right.
Just because I think that's the best way to do it if you're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, because one, I try to keep my channel as family friendly as I possibly can. I rarely slip. You guys know this.
And I have to try and force myself not to slip, because I curse like a sailor.
And then two, we'll just start going off on tangents about certain things that we may not know would be super big plot elements.
Yeah.
So
that's why I wanted to make sure that we let that be known, because just it's hard after you've just seen a movie to not want to talk about it a lot, all the major points. Yeah. That being said, we're not going to talk about anything involving the ending, in terms of plot element wise, just because even if we do a spoiler warning, that's still kind of rude to blurt out the ending of a movie.
That's kind of messed up,
But like certain things, like if certain Pokemon pop up during it that might not have shown in the trailer, you know, that's kind of what I mean.
Another thing, I'm gonna say this right now because I know you mentioned it was in a trailer. I had not seen most of the trailers prior to the movie, and I personally was surprised that Mewtwo was in there.
Yeah, but I can't remember. It was either a trailer or it was a bunch of screenshots that were being posted about the movie. But it was as far as I'm aware, it was already known that Mewtwo was going to be involved somehow.
I'm like, they're following a plot point from Pokemon the first movie. What?
Well, they're following a plot point from a lot of the movies because Mewtwo gets involved in several different ones, like the different animated ones.
But yeah, I was just surprised he was in there. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like I was telling her because we were in the car on the way and I was talking about this. Just like wherever I saw it, I'm kind of disappointed that either marketing didn't catch it or they allowed it. That they allowed him to be shown before the release, because
that would have been a good secret reveal.
It would have been a fantastic reveal, and a lot of people would have been like, "Oh, that's so cool." But now it's like, even if it is at the very beginning of the movie, you see him, it's still kind of a letdown to be like, "Oh, something that cool should have been left for an actual reveal, like in the movie itself."
Yeah.
Rather than in any kind of promotional or online stuff.
That being said, Mewtwo still looked really cool regardless.
Yeah.
They did really good with his animation.
Yeah, like the articulation of his movements, the way his actual like body language was, and the way he looked. You'd think because they were making everything ultra realistic, he would look like a weird fleshy, like gangly thing with like a big bulge that turned into a tail.
Yeah.
No, he actually looked like a really cool, decent representation of his in-game models.
Think the animation from Pokemon the first movie, how he looked there, but
just add
more
some
realistic.
Filters. Yeah, just add some filters to like add some extra lighting.
Because that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Pokemon the first movie.
Exactly.
Animation.
Now, that being said, there were some Pokemon that looked real uncomfortable to even witness. Like Apom did not like it. Did not like that
Apom
one bit.
Was creepy.
That was absolutely
really
harrowing to look at.
Especially after a certain plot point that I'm not going to mention.
Yeah. Well, and especially just because they stuck with the in-game model where he's got that massive toothy grin, because of the shape of his teeth. It made him look so unnerving.
Just a bit. Another one that I wasn't a super big fan of was that one that I mentioned at the end of the movie.
The bird?
Yeah, the bird.
That's right. You're gonna get a little bit of a live bit of me checking on something that we were trying to figure out.
I can't remember the name of the Pokemon. I just know that the baby form is an eagle.
Well, its final evolution is a massive eagle.
Well, I mean, it just looks.
Yeah, but all right. The evolved form is Braviary.
So that's what I saw.
Yeah,
Braviary is the one that I saw.
Yeah, Braviary is gorgeous. He's definitely one of my favorite flying types.
He definitely had a good representation, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his lower form.
Its baby form did not, in my eyes.
Well, its baby form was supposed to look kind of creepy and wide-eyed because it's a baby. If I can find the bleeding thing, because there was a picture of it. Okay, fine. You want to be a butt?
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rufflet.
Rufflet, yeah. I was not the biggest fan of Rufflet's model. I also surprisingly was not a big fan of Snubble's model.
Snubble, like at first when I saw some of the stuff of him, I was kind of like, I don't know about that. And now after seeing him in the movie, he kind of grew on me.
Yeah,
he was like the dumpy not pit bull. Well, obviously he was a bulldog, but kind of silly looking, and I like him.
Yeah, it's like towards the end of the movie he grew on me, but when I first saw him at the beginning, I'm like, I don't know how to feel about you.
And when you see him getting scritches, his reaction was really cute.
That was cute. Granted, that was very cute.
Yes, and I'm really sad that I missed it, but she picked up on it. Joltik
Yeah,
shows up
Joltik was like on the power lines.
yeah, for like a couple of frames, and I really wish I had seen that because I'd only seen like blurry little pictures.
I'll see if I can find a screenshot of it actually. They did Joltik really well too, in my eyes.
Yeah, because they could have made him look really creepy because he's literally just supposed to be an electric insect, but he's covered in fluff.
Yeah.
So they could have made him look horrifying.
Bulbasaur was super cute.
Absolutely,
So was Squirtle, and so was Charmander. Yeah. All three of them were super cute.
Yeah, I definitely like Bulbasaur the most because he looks so like springy and bouncy when he moved because of all of his little individual leaves and everything.
I thought out of the three, Charmander was the most lacking in my eyes because Bulbasaur and Squirtle were super cute, but then you see Charmander and you're like, you're cute, but there's also something different.
Well, it's because he had that reptilian tinge to him because he's supposed to be a salamander, basically.
Yeah.
So he looked a little bit
Charizard
slightly unsettling. Well, Charizard is literally a dragon, so he's supposed to look intimidating and monstrous.
Togepi was cute. Did you see Togepi?
No, I didn't spot Togepi.
There was a lady that was holding Togepi when they went to the underground place.
Yeah.
She was holding him.
But and then Psyduck was hilarious. I like how much personality they gave Psyduck because usually when you see him in the show, yes, he does have personality, but at the same time, he's also kind of obnoxious and dumpy.
I love the interaction between Pikachu and Psyduck too.
Yeah, this is pretty
hilarious.
Pretty cute and funny.
I was just like, oh my goodness.
And then Growlithe was obviously going to be painfully cute.
Growlithe is cute.
Especially with his big bushy tail.
Arcanine was gorgeous.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Greninja you only got to see for a few frames because of how fast he was moving.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's understandable why, because he's supposed to be the ninja Pokemon.
Yeah, but they could have still let everybody in the audience see it for a couple frames.
Yeah, there was a couple of frames where he's like out in the daylight and you can see him and but at the same time, that's only a couple of frames, and it's really hard to make out all the detail and everything for him because I'm sure he looked great.
Torterra was cool.
Yeah, Torterra was gorgeous because he was. I think it's not a mastodon. It's some kind of it. I don't remember the name of the dinosaur. I'm not going to look that up right now. But it looked exactly like all the different 3D rendered representations of that old dinosaur that had the club tail and then the wide head with the long shell. And that one looked really, really good.
Yeah, they did Torterra really well.
Yeah.
I did not see any of Chimchar's family though.
Yeah, me neither. We saw Trico, and Trico was a little creepy.
Slightly, but not too bad.
Yeah. His voice was cute.
Yeah.
But just he himself was a little off-putting just to look at in general, just because they made him so close to on model, and then they gave him that reptile, kind of
Jigglypuff was creepy.
Jigglypuff was creepy, but mostly because his eyes take up almost fucking... Yeah, well, we already put the warning.
Takes up most of his face.
Yeah, it takes up 60% of his face.
And then when it was singing and the person had fell asleep and you see him blow up, I'm just like, oh no,
yeah.
Here comes the marker.
Yeah. I wish, you see different representations of different Pokemon that didn't actually show up in the movie.
Eevee was adorable.
Itself. Eevee was so cute. And then when it evolved into the little Flareon in one of the parts, in one of the little bits, the back.
Flareon was gorgeous.
Absolutely.
I wish it had been an Espeon, though. I feel like Espeon would have done really well.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to not saturate it with all, the super...
Yeah, trying to make it appeal to, Gen 1ers kind of thing.
Well, Gen 1ers, and it's also trying to appeal to the younger audience, because not a lot of the younger audience would remember the ones that aren't shown as often, like Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon are all universally shown in a lot of different light for younger audiences who may not have grown up with Gen 1.
Yeah. And I can understand that. I also think that, God, what was the name of it? It was Emolga.
Emolga. Oh yeah, he's a cutie.
Because remember when it showed them separating from the Pokemon?
Yeah.
Emolga was one of them.
Yeah,
Sitting there.
the little smile.
You definitely don't see enough Emolga representation, or any of the Pikachu clones, quote unquote.
Yeah, well, the electric mouse family, basically.
Yeah.
Emolga was cute. I'm kind of surprised I didn't see any Pachirisu.
Right?
Because that would have been the perfect, like, urban setting Pokemon, along with Pidgey and
I saw Pidgeot.
that other pigeon Pokemon whose name always escapes me because not a whole lot of people like him that much. But he's from like one of the later gens.
Yeah, I know Pidgeot was there because of the ending.
Well,
ending
towards the ending, yeah, like the climax, basically.
Yeah. But that was definitely a movie that I have wanted to see since it came out. I remember I had asked him, did you want to go see it? And he's like, well, unless you want to go, I thought we could just chill here at the house. But
yeah. Well, because I always like to make sure that if I'm coming up here, I'm doing stuff that she wants to do because, she's always, working herself to kind of exhaustion, trying to make sure that she's helping her grandparents and all that. So I like to make sure that
things get chaotic.
Yeah, well, again, that's why I like to make sure that we do stuff that you want to do.
Yeah. Also, when we got the tickets, they gave us keys.
Yeah, the guy almost forgot to.
Yeah, he almost forgot to grab them.
She had to point it out.
Things were so chaotic over there.
Oh, that and we were carrying on a conversation with the person at the front who was, I guess he was kind of trying to wind down after their rush hour.
So I thought we would open them and see which ones we get.
Yeah.
I know. It's so annoying.
Did I not put that key knife over here? I guess not.
I thought you did.
No, but what I will use
I got it.
is...
Oh yeah, the nail clippers.
Yep.
Let's see, who did I get? I got Pikachu.
Yeah, probably all come with a Detective Pikachu
and a Magikarp, a shiny Magikarp.
Oh yeah, I love the jokes that they make with Magikarp too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all come with a Detective Pikachu.
And then it came with this card. With that. It's like the merch.
Oh, that's like a merch advertisement. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then this, it shows the list of cards that you can get. What pose is your Pikachu in?
Are you kidding me? What? He's holding the coffee.
Let me see. Mine is too.
Yeah.
That's
Which
fun.
I think that's actually a scene. Yeah, that is a picture, a scene from the movie.
Pikachu looked cool. Look at that.
Yeah. And then I got Psyduck.
Nice.
I was kind of hoping for something fluffier, but that works too.
But yeah, here are all the ones that you can get. I'm just gonna do like a slow pan. Charizard and Mewtwo look really cool to me. Here's Bulbasaur. And Psyduck. And the last one, which is Snubbull, I think.
Yeah, it is Snubbull. I wish I had gotten Bulbasaur. He is the baby. He is such a cutie.
I wanted Mewtwo. Mewtwo looks cool. But yeah, it gives you like a little book of which ones you can get.
Oh, there's 2 different Detective Pikachu cards too.
Yeah, I know. That's probably why I figured that it would come with one, anyway, whether it be this one or the original pose.
Yeah. No.
So I find it interesting that I got Magikarp.
I'll probably give you the Psyduck so you can put him, your Pikachu, and the Magikarp in your journal if you want to.
Sure.
Yeah, because I want to keep the cutie Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'll put it, but I'll put it somewhere. I don't know why that song's stuck in my head.
Was it Mario one?
Yeah, it's from one of the Mario 64 stages. It's like one of the first ones.
I think it's Bon Bon Battlefield.
Yeah. I'm surprised you remembered that just from the first 3 or 4 notes.
I've heard that song so many times. But yeah, the movie is definitely worth going to see if you like Ryan Reynolds as an actor, as a voice actor. I highly suggest you go. If you are a lover of Pokemon, you will love this movie. Again, I'm not going to give away plot points. We do not want to do that.
We're not going to give away too many plot points. We've kind of
I'm talking about the big.
Oh yeah.
There's like one big one that we're not going to say.
Yeah.
But I think he did do a good job as Pikachu, though.
Absolutely. I think he was. You could definitely tell from the delivery of his lines he was excited to do this.
Yeah, this was something you could tell he was like really looking forward to and really wanting to put passion behind.
Yeah.
And it showed a lot, in my opinion.
Right.
So I also think if you played the originals from back in the 90s, you will enjoy this movie. It doesn't matter if you started playing in the 90s or if you started playing like a year or 2 years ago. If you like Pokemon just from playing the games, then you will love this movie. Especially since it's cool seeing a realistic twist on it.
Yeah, and especially some of the representation from not just old gens, but some of the newer ones that some people might not have thought would have looked good in that kind of light, and they turned out to be either really, really cool looking or just absolutely adorable.
Or in Lickitung and Ditto's case, really gross.
Yeah.
Lickitung especially.
Well, Ditto looked like a blobfish.
Kinda.
That's what a lot of people were comparing him to in pictures online, as he looked like a blobfish that someone just took the nose off of.
Yeah, I can see that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed our little review of the movie.
Yeah, like, quote unquote little, because we did go on tangents.
But we are trying not to give too much away, because we want you guys to be able to enjoy the movie without stuff being spoiled.
And again, obviously it'll be when it's posted, it'll have spoilers in the name tag, so that way anyone who does see it, they understand. If you want to go see the movie without having anything, like no matter how small, revealed, then that's fine. Wait until after you've watched the movie.
Yeah. And also put the language warning, because for the first time in a while, I was the one that slipped.
Yeah, well, she slipped first, and then I slipped again because I was.
Because I try not to slip as much as I can, but to me, Charizard was just creepy.
Yeah.
Like, he reminded me of something that you would see in freaking.
Gengar and Blastoise look really good too.
Blastoise looked good. Gengar was super creepy.
Well, yeah, but he's supposed to.
Loudred was kind of creepy to me too.
Yeah, Loudred was just weird.
They used him basically as a sound system.
Which is understandable, because that's basically what he is. He's an enormous, he's got speakers for ears.
Yeah.
You didn't see any Whismur or Exploud though, which you'd think if they were going to be.
Saw Slacking a couple times.
Yeah.
And Snorlax. Snorlax was in it.
Snorlax was cute.
He just sitting there chilling.
Yeah.
Seeing Slacking was interesting though.
Yeah.
Because you don't see much representation of him.
Pangoro was pretty cool looking. Pancham was kind of cute.
Pancham was kind of cute, yeah.
But at the same time, because of how big his eyes are compared to the rest of his head, it just kind of looks a little off-putting.
Yeah, and they were jumping on Pangoro like, we want to play, we want to play.
Yeah.
And Pangoro was just like, get off of me. Stretch my leg out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one that when it comes out on DVD, I would get it and watch it again. Because most of the time, if you see something in theater, you're like, okay, that was worth seeing, but then they won't go buy it when it comes out. I feel like this was worthy of getting it when it came out.
Yeah.
But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed our little review. Let us know down below if you have seen Detective Pikachu and what you guys thought of it. If you guys were fans or if you weren't fans. Because I know Anime America gave it like a 6 out of 10. I'll have to show you that video. But with all that being said, I will talk to you guys soon. Another video at another time. Bye, Roses. Annyeong.